maybe one of the ways you can vaguely stay safe is surprisingly annoying for LeBlanc to get onto, because you have to go quite a long way to get towards the Jhin, and then things like the Deadly Flourish they're onto Pays with the Shield of Daybreak, will force the cleanse.
What tournament is this? This is a new international event, Asia Invitational. This is the teams which did make Worlds flash forward, screen from Barrel.
Does get on top of Pays, flash to get that crashing auto there in from Lucid, who get rooted up, does still manage to get that kill, as Pays nearly gets some more value. Shun being around makes it a bit spicier with the red buffs available, and the Audacious charge to work with Lucid now wrapping around, but unfortunately nowhere to go, and they just end up going 2 for 1. DK start it, and JDG finish it.
JDG and DK starting things off with fireworks. Shun making the 3v3 a reality as Lucid came down first. It is going to be aiming getting a kill, though, over Pays, and that is worth noting. The AD carry matchup has a little bit more gold. Well, I say AD carry, it's not like Diggs is that. You know what I mean. For aiming. And Lucid on the other side, now behind Shun. Draw.
Nice work. I think he might just get it. Forces a flash. Gets out to safety, but aiming. Really wish... Time flow there. Didn't really have anywhere to go from that. Sorry about that. A little bit of chunks. Bot side of Jaws trying to hold this lane best he can for JDG's bot side. Not led to all that much yet. We've still got Ambessa versus Azir on the scoreboard that is actually beginning to wind me up now. Like, observers, why have you forsaken us?
It's almost spiritual, so.
Yeah.
My TO, why hast thou forsaken me?
Well, we'll see whether on the dawning of the third game, the scoreboard can be...
I liked him, but I didn't think he'd be doing what he did. We've seen a great many people come to a higher team on the LPL and not be able to perform the same way. Barrel now looking potentially for an engage. Again, the early game damage from DK is powerful. And look at this LeBlanc. Careful, have to be around that chain.
Did land the Ethereal Gems, couldn't let it properly proc though. Deadly Flourish now lands onto Showmaker, who's just hit by the Wind Becomes Lightning. And now the turnaround though, as they went looking for that one, the Mega Inferno Bomb kind of goes well wide, but doesn't matter. Pays with flash available, could maybe try to get out of the pit. Caught in the back there, the Azir comes shuffling on in, and that's a kill for Scout. Root now onto Lucid, who also falls. Aiming needs to back away, bot side. Shiwu throws down a repudiation to Xiao Shu. Is a very angry crocodile, so angry, he starts spinning the water around him in a whirlpool. It's like a mega crocodile ultimate theme park in the UK. It's is it Paramount that are doing it? I'm trying to remember exactly who it is that's doing the new theme park.
Barrel has walked into them. He doesn't have a flash. There is a real chance he dies here, by the way.
He's gone quite deep for this. Unfortunately for him, it's his own jungle, and yet it matters not. Shun's the one that picks it up. They tried to give it over to Scout, but alas, Shun said, no, 3-0-2, Shin
Sam, I can already tell this is going to be a very fun tournament. Aiming flashes.
Yay!
I don't think he's going to live here either. Wow, Shun and Draw are just decking them.
Look, I'm being a bit silly here. I'm a little bit unhinged this morning, and that's fine, guys. I'm having fun
Japanese
with it.
high schooler, Sam. Now, I don't know what it means to be a Shunibyo kid. They are also going to dive him again. The Ziggs also has been used. Does he clear out another wave?
Does?
He does.
That's not bad going, Xiao Shu. You take that.
So he's cleared out 2 waves, brings up 4 people to his lane, and DK, look, I appreciate the attempt. Try and kill the Renekton. However, it is a Renekton with ult. Does manage to get to that very quickly. First turret, very easily going to JDG. They had the 3 grubs before. Pays, gets bank.
That he does. This Jhin is very pleased indeed. There's the final play. Lots of gold. Turn up topside. Jaw is here, and again, it's a Nico with a fair amount of AP. Could probably just clear this wave and possibly a player with it as well. Here comes the TP. Barrel will eclipse briefly. Shun the Dragon Taker.
That's wonderful, sir.
Shun. Barrel's in a bush. Jaw will turn into a minion and make 2 of them at once. Lucid now turns up, and Xiaochu gets bounced around. That's not a bad combo, actually. Unfortunately for DK, the kill goes over to Barrel. Nice little sidestep there on the Sonic Wave. Would hop forwards to get into range onto Zhuo. Made that one a little bit interesting. Won't delete all that much. Pays now here as well. Lucid still around. Still has that ability to potentially Dragon's Rage someone. Zhuo gets bounced around and dies as well. And JDG, I don't know about that. That was probably a bit much. Will cost them a bit in mid lane. She will need to flash away from the Emperor's Divide and will do so. Repudiation does come on down to mitigate the damage on the 3 Talon Strike knockup. That's another play over to JDG. We're taking a lot out of this mid lane turret. The only thing is, of course, that DK in the end do end up getting what amounts to 4 kills and the turret over the course of the last 2 minutes topside. Shun manages to nab away, though.
I'm just catching up now. I was just trying to see if we could find ourselves a clean feed. Don't believe we can. Someone suggested a Korean platform, but I actually can't see a way to do it unless you've set it yourselves up on the app already. So I can't do much about that one. And, ooh, barrel caught again. It's a lot of damage behind it. JDG
decides to go forwards rather than just hanging back. Good damage back onto pace, puts him at about 20% HP, and Beryl ends up at a relatively healthy point. Shun gets bounced back by the satchel, kicked away as well by the Lee Sin, and they blow up the jungler. JDG, the mid-game fumbles again continue.
Lucid's Lee Sin really clean, as it's JDG the ones who get picked off. I thought initially, well, Beryl's taking a ton of damage. Aiming and barrel combo up community notes into a game.
I feel like it would lead to a cesspool very quickly, because basically what it amounts to is all chat attaching labels.
Showmaker walking up the river, might get a flight in here. Barrel walking forwards too.
Does get a decent chunk on a Joe, who will break the chains with the Rocket Belt, but that's Celestial Opposition and Rocket Belt down. That makes this Nico a lot more vulnerable.
A couple of statters in the game. Looks like that's only coming through from the clean feed, clearing out this wave. DK getting some really nice angles. If Shiwa can get in range for an ult, that would be devastating.
Yeah, it could get a bit nasty to
Draw is
make no
hidden
mistake.
as a ward.
Yeah, they don't necessarily know. They could attack him. Do you lose HP bars when someone goes looking for it? Duo, Pot Blossom. It's a wonderful bait. Mega Inferno Bomb does come on down, but it's good damage onto Beryl, who dies, and it all works out well. The ruse is successful.
The ward and the brusher. They have the bushes, have eyes. Stun onto Shiwu.
Flash for a Ruthless Predator, looking to cull the meat. Kick back, Dragon's Rage, perfect execution. Helps turn it around. Scout goes looking, gets a hold of Lucid, but not too many more people, but it still ends up being an additional kill over to JDG.
Oh, the Scout, that road was a cobbled one. And the wheels come off, and it's Showmaker going forwards, looking for the kill. Can't quite get it onto Paze with the electrocute. Blah, my words are completely fumbled, just like the combo was from Showmaker.
Showmaker is doing quite a lot of damage nonetheless. Paze forced out to like next to no HP, though, probably means that JDG can't get this dragon. Well, there might be a mechanic here where he could get very horribly punished, but that works out much better. Shu just about escapes the Emperor's Divide. The problem is Lucid does not and dies. And then Showmaker ends up making things a bit trickier on a side lane. Well, not in the side lane, in the mid lane. I just saw him come up on the side lane on my screen, and that screwed my train of thought.
Lucid's taken Dragon. JDG have the 3 grubs. They're splitting the map. Gold is very even right now. JDG will get a little bit more from this tower. They have lost their mid lane turret. Yes, they have, because DK have taken of that, which means that Lee Sin can start going for cool, fun invades like this. He also has a kick in and all. He might get Paze here.
Yeah, kicks him mid, blast code fly, and Paze eats the Dragon's Rage.
If you ever want to wonder why it is good to keep your turrets alive, that's a great reason why. You wouldn't be able to do that without that. Good route, though, onto Showmaker.
Goes looking for multiple members, doesn't find it. The Nico gets popped, and JDG's mid-game woes continue.
DK, good series of skirmishes, take all the outer turrets, and this is their power point, using that outer turrets being down to get these skirmishes. They'll move to the Atakan, and JDG, with their bot lane dead, I don't think they can do much.
Doesn't look like it. DK will just nab away this Atakan as well to continue this comeback in fairly swift order. Mega Inferno Bomb goes towards mid lane. Xiaoxu was trying to get that mid lane tier 1, well, failed to do so. Shun now in a 1v3. Why and how were you there? And was hit with a perfect execution and goes down afterwards.
I think he was looking to see if he can get towards an Atakan steal. Ended up in river, gets caught out. Uses his ult, uses his flash, and well, Lucid is still here. He has his ult up in a couple. Typically when off-season hits, we don't get to do that much. Now we get a whole new cricket-predicted tournament to cast. The Scout is going to get chunked up by Shiwu.
There we go. We'll see where the ashes land up this time. A Scout tries to slide away, and Lucid said, I do not care.
That because of the cricket and the ashes.
Yeah, that was.
Now, the problem is,
yeah.
I'm going to imagine that the Venn diagram of people who know what the I know that the ashes are very famous, but people who know what cricket is and are League of Legends players is pretty low. Draw will dodge out in the first chain and we'll get out to safety.
Xiaoxu is going to try and get on top of Shuo. Does a decent amount of work. Unfortunately, it's not enough. Over the wall goes Showmaker. Just get bounced around, actually. The Redemption's coming on down, and Showmaker's gone Giga Team. Does slide away. Surviving for now. The call of the curtains is there, and they'll still go down, I think, to Shun with a smite and a bit of a red buff trigger. There's the wind becoming lightning. Just aiming. Does get out to safety. Showmaker try. Barreled out. Going to fall afterwards at DK. Maybe that was a touch far.
It was the wind becomes lightning from Shun, which finished off Showmaker just through the Leona's back as well. Lucid's back on the table, though, and he's kind of scary.
He is. He's over here as this Lee Sin. He's got a Sunderside and Black Cleaver, but there comes the Pop Blossom and the Deadly Flourish. And I think Lucid may also just die. Kick the wall, he survives! Shouldn't hit when the wind becomes lightning!
Oh!
But it doesn't matter because there's a resonating strike, bit of healing.
This is why we don't count our eggs before they hatch.
You best start believing in tangents, Twitch chat. You're on one.
One of the ways she was going to engage on the spot, so he is a Fed ambassador though.
Oh, I'll call the ambulance, but maybe not for him. Here comes the rest of the team. The sirens are on. She-woo, she-woo. Shun just about survives. The Crescent card comes on down. We'll try to audacious charge out to safety, and Lucid says absolutely not.
Oh, god damn it, you actually did that really well. And that's killed it. Don't push your luck, Sam. Don't push your luck. Dragon getting started from Dplus. JDG went too far onto the most fed member of the enemy team, get punished for it, and the Dragon will be Dplus KIA's.
Well, there's the Dragon. And at this point, we're 32 petals, courtesy of the Atakan. A lot of turrets. And the Gold Leader is starting to get towards very challenging levels. I know it's only 25.
Didn't quite win Worlds, so this is the production team which doesn't quite take it seriously.
Right, chat. I'm gonna need you to Google whether crickets and grasshoppers eat grass.
I could just do that as well. Baron is going down. DKR, that's on their plates, I suppose. JDG don't really have the vision to do much about this. Can they get a lucky entrance in? They clear out one ward, walking closer towards. It's not going down that quickly. They don't have the best DPS for this.
And that means Shun's potentially around in space for a steal. Keeping your Shins out of a pit's never been the easiest with Audacious Charge and Flash. Showmaker looking for a flank angle. He's got a couple items, could do a lot of work and misses the Ethereal Chains.
They can kick him out. Lucid has Flash and Kick, can hop back into the pit.
Solar Flare. Ooh, sure, just about survived, but not for long as Showmaker finishes it. They lose the Ziggs though on the other side of Xiao. She gets on top of them. All the while, Lee Sin, Lucid getting some good value on a page who is dead, and the damage keeps on flying. Shun will not survive the onslaught. Decent work from Xiao Shu, gets a Ruthless Predator off, but Shiwu with a repudiation and a slide away gets enough health back with the honey fruit to stay alive. They go back towards the Baron.
Oh, and I don't think Xiao Shu will make it out of this either. Very much behind enemy lines. Actually, might just to do that himself. They'll leave him alive as a messenger. Carry it back to the base of JDG. 4 for 1. Aiming dies.
Yeah.
I'm saying that, well, they wouldn't. Because, of course, if they do want to be a prediction, who am I to say that they can't? Those are terrifying beasts.
Yeah, so I say just keep it away from Raz. I don't know what it would do. When because that man flip-flops harder and changes the prediction more than anyone else.
I've missed on the Raz lore.
Did you not? He's a gnome. He's a notorious
Sam,
flip-flopper.
believe it or not, I actually don't know the lore of every caster out there. I try to, but I don't know all of it.
Razzleplasm, I'm sorry.
Yeah.
Do you still go Raz? Do you still go by Razzleplasm? If you're listening to this, I don't know whether you will do. I've said it that way. Do you still go by Razzleplasm, or is it just Raz now? I don't actually know whether that's changed.
I mean, their @ on Twitter is RazLol.
Nah.
I don't know about their Twitch. I don't know about that.
I still think my favorite League of Legends gif ever is Raz breaking it down to Dodo Sin back in the day.
That was fantastic. The man's got some moves. I do know that bit of lore. The base has been broken by DK. They're moving in a little bit faster. Lucid has an awesome game on the Lee Sin.
Yes, he has.
Top side of the map from DK has been really popping off as JDG had some good moments, bought into too many skirmishes, and the game fell away from them. Beryl ults for fashion, for
that
show.
Does appear to be the case, yes.
DK will march forward again.
He does. Okay, so on towards these turrets we go. Going sliding on forward. Scout gets a hold of one. That's not bad going. The public execution doesn't land, so no way out for Shiwu, who gets trapped with the turret and goes down. That's a pretty good pick. Nice angle, Scout. Does it save the game, though, as the rest of the inhibitors and the Nexus turrets are going down?
That is the most fed member of the enemy team, but yeah, you've got some turrets missing. Luckily, Azir can build you a free one with his passive. Doesn't have the ult now. Lucid, does he go in with the ultimate? Doesn't have flash to fully confirm it. They are in range of Satchel, though, on the Nexus turret.
Got hit by the wind, becomes lightning. A potential angle to Audacious Charge forward. Jorgo's looking for a
pop.
Really landed as Beryl buffers through himself with a Zenith Blade. Lucid hops on out with the safeguard. Aiming being run up by Xiao Shu, and Aiming is winning a 1v1 in melee range with a Renekton. What is this? Will bounce away with the satchel. Now has to flash, and Xiao Shu just runs out of damage. And JDG are running out of health bars.
Now they are. Lucid getting the healing from the safeguard iron. Will, the bomb comes through. Pace just about lives. The same cannot be said of Shun, the clone from Showmaker.
Oh, lovely angle. In comes a resonating strike. And the first one goes to DK. 2 more for a home run.
Game 1 to Dplus KIA. JDG skirmished a little too fast and a little too hard. The wheels came off the train. Dplus KIA win game 1.
I'm aware I went towards baseball rather than cricket at the end there, and I got it wrong as well.
That's all good, Sam.
That, like, it was almost really smooth.
I feel like a lot of this game is